Okay, let's go live. This is James Baduch speaking. Kind of a busy day today. It's Wednesday, end of June. I got two live sessions today. One we're doing right now just because I thought it would be a good idea. Something came to mind with some open tabs, and I was preparing for a later live webcast where I'm going to show you how to create an online course in about an hour. Now, why did I want to do this one this morning? Because I was doing some work preparing for this afternoon, and I just took a look at what I was doing and I went, wow, that's something I should share. What is it? I'm going to show you how I basically created an entire course with a single prompt. So I want to show you a prompt that can be used on ChatGPT or any of the other large language model tools that are available. I just happen to be using ChatGPT, but I just want to tell you about it because I think it's really important if you're a course creator, someone who's trying to really share online, be able to teach people how to do things, whether it be a new skill or provide them with an outcome that they know how to provide. So I was looking at this and I just was trying to think about what am I going to do, or how am I going to structure the live call that I'm going to be doing later today. And then I took a look at the prompts that I used, or I started with, and I just went, oh my God, that's how to do courses with a single prompt. So here's the first thing I want to talk to you about is there's two things. First thing is when it comes to ChatGPT and all of these AI tools, I am not a big fan of prompts or structured prompts. However, I am a huge proponent of structured conversations with AI tools like ChatGPT. So I think it's more about having a conversation that maybe starts from a prompt, but it is the conversation is where the real value is, not in the prompt. I'm going to show you the one prompt that I started with here and why it's important. And you'll see in a second, because it changes the game on how you think of prompting. But more importantly, it's like, how do I take what I know, and you may have heard me mention this, it's about curating, that fluid curation of what it is that you know and do, and how to structure it in a way that can be taught to people in the form of a course. Whether it's a big program, mini course, micro course, tutorial, whatever you want to call it, the thing is it's got to be structured in a way, in some kind of process that provides this outcome, or at least you're able to teach the process. And that's what I want to do today. So here's the big takeaway. That's the first piece. So it's like, start with a prompt, and I'm going to share that one with you. The second piece is that anytime I look at courses, I always start with some kind of mind map. And I've shown this on more than one occasion. They can get quite complex and actually quite busy. I'll show you an example of one that we have here. I'll just pull this one over as a screen so you can see it, just so you can see how busy these things kind of get. But my big campus blueprint, my big map that I work with, that particular one, if I, let me just zoom this one in, make it a little bit smaller here. Open this one up so it's full. There we go. So let's do fit to screen. So I'm going to fit the map to the screen. But this just gives you an idea. We've got 10 kind of key steps here. Yeah, that one's a little bit too small. Let's try 100%. So I get 10 key steps here, right? But each of these steps has a process. But for me, being able to see a big map of things from the outset makes it a lot easier to understand where everything fits together, but more importantly, or whether that be in a course or a program, but seeing those steps is really important. So anytime I'm creating a course, I always take a look and think about, this is my big map, but if I had a course, it's like, what are the 7 to 10 steps or 7 to 10 sections that I can break my content into that turns into a course? But I always start with a mind map. So that's the first piece, is that start with a mind map with your topic. And that topic, when you're thinking of a topic, remember I talk about micro course, mini course, or big program, mastery course, whatever those large ones are. they have to be about a topic, right? About outcome or something that you're sharing. So I'm assuming that you have a topic for your course and that you know who the course is for and who it is that you can help. So I'm assuming that. And that you've got something laid out, but it's just like, how do I create the content and structure it so that it makes sense? So here's kind of the thing that we started with, and I'll open this one up here. Hopefully we'll be able to see it in the right place. I'll just kind of show you what I did with it and how I got started with it and the prompt that I used to build this whole thing. And again, this is something I'm going to be doing in detail a little bit later this afternoon, but I wanted to show it to you because you can use it. And copy this, I'll put it below, okay? I put it below and you can play around with it, but this is the key thing that I use right at the top of this. And what was it? I want to create a mind map based on a course syllabus you will be creating for me. What prompt will I need to use? So just think about that for a second. So I want ChatGPT to create a mind map for me based on a syllabus that I don't have yet that ChatGPT is going to be creating for me. And I'm asking it, what is the prompt that I need to give? So what did I do there? First of all, I'm getting my mind map. I'm having the syllabus created by ChatGPT, and I'm asking for the prompt that I should give it back in order to get what I want. So if you start any of the sessions that you are trying to create course content with and ask for the map, ask for the syllabus, and ask for the prompt to give. So what's happening here is you're letting that curation get started with ChatGPT, but you are going to go, in the next steps I'm going to talk about is clarifying and condensing that based on your experience. And this whole thing opens up completely when it's not you, first of all, having to give the syllabus up front, you having to come up with that precise structure and content, you trying to figure out what the map looks like and what order it's in, but more importantly, coming up with a prompt. I don't have the best prompt for this, but I'm asking ChatGPT to give me the prompt that it would like to have in order to get that output on. So I'm going to put that in below. Make sure you copy it down. Just think about this. There's two things. There's actually two prompts. I lied a little bit. Here's the second prompt. Whenever you start a ChatGPT prompt, I normally I try and say, hi, how are you doing? How are you this morning? How are you this afternoon? How are you this evening? What are some things that happen in a conversation? It's, hey, hi, how are you? Or if I come back to a particular conversation that I had, just said, hey, I'm back. So you're having a conversation. You're not prompting, you're having a conversation. So in this case, assume that I've already said hello. We're back in our conversation, but I just started with that prompt. And that's what I want you to do is play around in your head. How am I going to put this together in a way that it's going to give me what I need to give it? And this saves a whole bunch of stress from you, a whole bunch of work on your part trying to figure out the best prompt. It's just having that conversation and applying what it gives you during the conversation. Now, I'm going to go through this in detail this afternoon, but I can just talk on it briefly just so that you can see what's happening here. But I got everything that I needed for the course, the 1-hour course that I'm doing this afternoon. I got everything that I needed in a brief conversation that I had from this simple prompt. It actually gave me the entire prompt. So all I did is I got the prompt that it gave me, and I did one thing after that. All I did is I said to it, I said, if you're creating the actual text, what prompt should I give you to get the most interesting and precise content? So it gave me the prompt, and then I clarified it and I condensed it. I said, what is the actual prompt that I should give you, the actual text that I should give you to get the most interesting and precise content. So I use the word interesting and precise. You can call it whatever you want. I just use those two because I wanted to be interesting and precise. I didn't want it to be too long. It gave me the prompt. Second thing I did is after it gave it to me, I'd always ask for clarification. Is that the best you can come up with? A little more refined, a little more clearly identified. On this one, we went through a little bit further and I said, there are a number of ways to structure the lesson content. So I started with a big picture with a mind map. I got the prompt and then I said, each of these individual lessons, there are a number of ways to structure the lesson content. What structure do you suggest? So I didn't say use this structure. I asked it, what structure do you suggest? And it gave me the actual complete lesson structure in terms of the content for each of the particular lessons. And then I said, and this is the clarify, another condenser. It's like I'm structuring the content. Who's it for, right? Who's it for? I have to create this content right now for the first lesson to start adding it to my course. What is the exact prompt that I should give you to create all the content you've suggested? The students are entrepreneurs, small business owners, experts, and passionate about their skills in teaching online. They want a detailed prompt to use that will generate the text, images, and content. So I'm saying, hey, give me the prompt. Give me the prompt. And it gave me the entire prompt to use. Now here's a really cool thing. And again, this is the prompt. You can copy and paste it, put it in for each of the ones, for each of the individual lessons. And I said, create the text for the introduction of the course, which was the first lesson. First one it gave me the actual text to cut and paste in. And then the other thing I did is I had at the front of it, and I just put this one here, it said, create text. Please include any additional prompts I can use to generate related or required graphics. So when I first did these a couple months ago, it was like, okay, I got to put this together myself. And, then I have to go out and get a graphic. This now with 4.0 of ChatGPT, it'll start creating graphics right within the content. And even if they aren't perfect, which they can be if you do enough iterations or have redos of them and clarify and condense them, even if you have the outline for them, they're much easier to get someone to clean them up or redo them in the same format than it is trying to have them figure out from the text what it should be like. But it actually provided the actual prompts for me to use. So just to give you an example, there's the course overview prompt. Copy it. Here's the goals and objectives graphic. Target audience graphic. Who's for? Course bundle benefit. So I have 4 graphics that are created for the introductory lesson, and my content for the entire course is laid out there. And what happened is I gave it a prompt and it actually created a graphic for me based on that prompt. And you can simplify it, make it more complex, remove pieces just by giving text instructions to it. And that's how it went. And then I said, now let's get started with module 2. What prompt should I provide you with? A single prompt for the entire module or individual prompts for each of the points outlined? And it just said, give me the prompt. And that's all I had to do. So this is the one thing I want you to keep in the back of your mind whenever you're creating online courses. You can start with a single prompt for ChatGPT, asking it to build a mind map, right? On a syllabus that it suggests about a topic you've picked, and ask it to tell you what to prompt it to get that course put together. That's all you have to do to start. And then have that little bit of a conversation clarifying, going, is that the best you can do? Clarify and condense from the mind map and the pieces that are there, the topic. Ask it what structure that content should be based on your topic and what the prompt is to generate that particular content. Tell who's it for so that it knows, and then just say, create the prompt for each of the lessons, and it will spit out the content for you. And you're going to be in a position where you can now create courses as quickly as you need to on whatever topics that are appropriate for what it is that you're teaching or sharing, and being able to get these things out quickly and easily to your potential community or your existing community. This is really cool stuff. I'm all in on the ChatGPT stuff. I'm all in on smaller courses, micro courses or mini courses tied to a big program or a big outcome. In this case, we build training sites and teach people how to start, build, and grow education businesses. So all of the stuff around that, it's not about a course. It's about all of these complementary or supplementary spokes to this big hub, which is a community of people who want to teach online, who want to have a training site, who want to earn money sharing what it is they already know, love, and do. So I really want you to play around with this. I'll put the links below. If you haven't already joined our community, it's trainingsites.io. And if you want this all done for you, we do that in the agency side. We also have a cohort, which is our big group where each week we take a look at starting, building, and growing your education business, where you want to get involved with the community. More importantly, get involved with the instructors going over the courses and getting your answers, getting answers to your questions. So exciting times. Have some fun with this. The links are below. And we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you this afternoon if you get another chance to see that live stream. Or every morning when we do these live sessions, just stuff comes up in the open tabs that I think is going to be of interest to you that you can use, or hopefully at least focus you in a particular area that might help. So I hope you enjoyed it. James Manuke speaking, trainingsites.io. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be around again tomorrow. Thanks.